Whenever I get gloomy with the state of the world, I think about the arrivals gate at Heathrow Airport. General opinion is starting to make out that we live in a world of hatred and greed. But I don't see that. It seems to me that love is everywhere. Often it's not particularly dignified or newsworthy, but it's always there. Fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, husbands and wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, old friends. When the planes hit the Twin Towers, as far as I know, none of the phone calls from the people on board were messages of hate or revenge. They were all messages of love. If you look for it, I've got a sneaky feeling you'll find that love actually is all around.
Love is an art. Just like any skill or artistic talent, it must be nurtured, developed, honed, and practiced. The ability to love unconditionally is an ability that people work their whole lives to master, and many, unfortunately, never quite get there. But if you think about it, love is something that if you give it away, you'll end up having more. Love takes on many forms. Brotherly love.
I'm gonna hug you. You hug me. All right.
Hey, do we do this too much?
I think so.
The love between husband and wife, family love, love of mankind, and even in the animal kingdom, there's love.
On this one particular day at the river, a worn-out hound dog came out of the woods.
As we come along the river's edge, the hound dog and the orangutan are looking at each other. Off, the orangutan jumps, the hound dog runs up, and they jump into each other's arms. The orangutan and the hound dog are hugging and rolling around on the ground. They just seem like they're having the time of their life. They seem like the greatest long-lost friends. It was very unusual.
After Surya and the hound dog meet and play down by the river, Doc Antle and Moksha assume the dog will find his way back to his hunting pack. But Roscoe, that's what they eventually named him, wasn't having any of that.
The facility gates are tight, but not sealed tight, and the hound dog presses through the gates. We ride back up into the facility, we take him back outside and say, it's okay, go on, go home, find your pack. And he circles around to the other gates and he comes back in again. He finds the orangutan habitat. He goes up there and immediately Surya, the orangutan boy, he's got his big biscuits, his monkey biscuits, and he's feeding biscuits to the hound dog, who's obviously very hungry. And we're stuck with the hound dog now.
Surya also has an incredible thing, and that is sharing. If I feed Surya, he has to give half of his food to Roscoe.
And Doc Antle describes the orangutans at his park as being very generous.
If you give an orangutan a candy, it will often break it in half and hand you back half of it.
Really, the list could be endless.
What first looks like a lion about to attack is actually an African lion bonding with its rescuer with a hug and a kiss. This heartwarming footage comes to us from an animal sanctuary in Colombia. It seems the king of the jungle must have a soft side after all. Yeah, because when you first see that right there, you don't know what's going on.
She has a big kiss on him. Wow.
Right. She actually rescued him 6 years ago. He was found malnourished, so they're together every single day, and look at that, the love has formed, hasn't it?
Have you ever met a person who's mastered this skill? How many people are there who really know how not to judge another person? How many people actually know how not to raise a hand, figuratively or literally, unless it's to embrace? Did you know that the Torah says that the Ahavas Yisrael that Avram Avinu showed towards others, even strangers, was so great that he made the attribute of chesed, kindness itself, jealous? That's some serious kindness, baby. What about Aaron, Moshe's brother, who, like all the Kohanim, was all about resolving conflicts between people? This created harmony among people from all walks of life. Have you ever felt, when you reflected on your day, that perhaps you could have shown a little more loving kindness to the nerd in your class? Or maybe there was that moment in your day that you could have been a little nicer to someone? Difficult as it may be, because of whatever peer pressures that are out there, love is what makes the world go round. And when love's not there, things don't quite seem to flow. Why is it so difficult to love sometimes? Is it because we live in a world that at times seems void of that very love we seek to find? Perhaps it's due to the road rage during traffic hour or the obnoxious way someone talks. More likely, the difficulties we have in loving our fellow as we love ourselves is because we don't love ourselves enough. How can we truly love when we have issues of our own? When we look at another person, can we put ourselves in their shoes before judging them? Do we really have to judge in the first place? And do we make every possible effort to see the inherent good in each person first? This includes finding the good in yourself. This isn't exactly a groundbreaking new idea we're asking you to consider. We're just asking for a little love, because after all, love is all you need.
אהבת ישראל בנשמה